Like AI is a great tutor, it's a good teacher, but also it just powers up the things that humans couldn't do very fast on their own.
Hi, my name is Syreeta. We're back again with another wonderful guest here. And we're at Investment Week 23. And I have had the pleasure to meet Kyle with Newsela. So welcome, Kyle.
Thanks a ton, Syreeta. Happy to be here.
Wonderful. So Kyle, tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. Now I'm based in LA and I work in tech. I'm a product manager for a company called Newsela. What we do is we take articles and partner directly with news organizations, New York Times, Washington Post, Time. We take those articles and through real people, but also AI, we level the content so that any grade level can understand anything that is written there. So a third grader can basically learn about generative AI through an article on our site.
Wow, I love that. And it's great to hear that you're doing something that will actually impact so many people, because there's a learning curve in so many subjects, and AI has been very effective with doing that.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
I mean, exponentially so, right? Like AI is a great tutor, it's a good teacher, but also it just powers up the things that humans couldn't do very fast on their own.
You got that right, because you're right, AI simplifies, shortens the time of getting things done. And so back to you.
Sure.
What's your story? How did you get into this path?
Yeah, absolutely. I spent 4 years as a classroom teacher after I graduated from my alma mater. I went to University of Michigan, and
Wow.
after teaching, I realized that the only way to affect education at scale was through technology, right? Like, that's how you 10x anything.
That's right.
So moved to the Bay Area, started off in San Francisco and worked at different startups. But Newsela was a tool I had known about even in my classroom days as a teacher. And being a product manager, I lead a team of engineers to help make improvements with that knowledge I have from my experience, but also learning the market and through my knowledge of tech, being based in San Francisco.
Incredible. And so now you are here in California. What's that transition been like, moving from Detroit, coming here?
You know what? I think of myself as a world traveler. Right after Detroit, I lived in Japan for a couple of years.
You did?
Yeah. That's actually where I
Wow.
started teaching. I speak Japanese. I learned that in college.
Wow.
Yeah, and then came to Kansas City, Missouri to teach science to middle schoolers and high schoolers there. And then moved to the Bay, so.
Wow. And it sounds like you're just a natural explorer.
I love it. I mean, we have a huge open world and I feel like people need to get out, like as much as possible, so.
Okay, so how do you feel about AI in the future and how it's shaping, the future of just American lifestyle, jobs? What do you see?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think a lot of people have some fears about AI, and rightfully
do.
so. I think that any sort of new technology can be scary to people who don't necessarily see the benefits or worry about how it impacts their own livelihood. But honestly, I think of AI as something that can be additive rather than something that takes away from people's livelihoods and careers. Those who learn how to use it are going to make a lot of money and grow a lot faster, honestly. And I think most people should be considering, how can I use this as a tool to advance my
Right.
own life?
That's true.
Like in my daily work, I lead a team of engineers and there's a lot of things that need to translate to them. There's a lot of things that need to be given to a wide variety of people. I can use AI to help speed up that process. Engineers can use it to help write their own code.
That's right.
We can use it to create templates instead of doing it from scratch. I can use it to write it in a specific kind of way, to translate it to another language, right? Like, I think there's so much benefit that can happen. And even in other fields like entertainment, right? Like, think about how, as a creative, you can use DALL-E 3, the new OpenAI model for imagery, to create pictures, beautiful paintings
That's
from
right.
scratch in seconds. It's amazing.
Okay, trick question, maybe trivia question. What's your
Sure.
favorite AI tool right now?
I mean, I think the one I use the most daily is ChatGPT. I think on a daily basis, I have the phone on my app.
Me too.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I love it.
But like, I've been playing around with DALL-E 3, the Bing image search integration, and That's been great. It's been really not only fun to play with, but I'm seeing the possibilities of creating diagrams. And of course, you can do it for art if that's your own thing as well. And I'm excited to see where it goes with music, with video, with film. I think there's so many applications.
Wonderful. And just for people who you mentioned, are a little afraid of AI, if you have any advice on what they can do to just get more comfortable, or just what are some things that you recommend just to help diffuse the fear that people have with using AI?
Yeah, I would say learn how to use it. Play around with it first. I know it can seem scary and you can worry about what it's going to do for your job, but honestly, there are so many benefits that you can apply to your own growth. You can use AI as a teacher to learn a new skill. You can use AI to speed up tasks that maybe 10 people on your team did before, or 10 people in another company might do, to help grow your business a lot faster. And if you're worried about it, lean into that discomfort. Play around with it. Try to, learn something new. And so many people aren't adapting to it right now that if you are one of the first people to do so, there's no telling what opportunities are going to open for you.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And some people would love to connect with you. So how would they do that, and how would they work with your company?
Yes, absolutely. If you'd like to reach out to me, I'm on LinkedIn. Search Kyle-Prescott Ogunbase. A little bit difficult, but you might be able to find me.
You might have to spell the last name.
You know what? Think Ogunbase. O-gun and then base is in baseball.
That's simple. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, great. Kyle, thank you so much for just stopping by, sharing, just giving us so much, knowledge about AI, and thank you for what you do. It's incredible to hear that there's a company called Newsela that can help reshape our education and learning for the future.
I appreciate that. Thank you for talking to me, Syreeta, and inviting me on your platform. And thank you for all that you do for our community and elsewhere.
Wonderful. Well, we're doing it together.
Yeah.
So, thanks.